Здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome back to Stalin's Starcraft 2 Battle Report. And in this match, we're playing on a map called Monolith Ridge. Don't think I've done a replay on this map. But anyway, I will be commanding the blue Zerg. My ally Quill will be commanding the red Zerg. And across the map, Burr, aka Poke, aka STP, will be commanding the teal Protoss. And across the map, Tiny will be commanding the yellow Terran, Zargon will be commanding the purple Terran, and Raze will be commanding the orange Zerg. So, I remember in the last match I played with Poke, aka Burr, aka STP, I said he was Poke for my Left 4 Dead videos. He was actually STP for my Left 4 Dead videos. I've forgotten that during those videos he went by a different name. He changes his name every couple months. He changes his name to something new. I forget. Anyway, and also this is his buddy, so I'm playing with him and his friend Quill. Anyway, right off the bat, we can see that the orange Zerg are going to go for a little bit more hefty than a 6 pool. He's got a couple more Zerglings in there. Looks like he's got about 8 there, and they're just gonna run right over here. They're gonna try and take out Quill, but Quill is more than ready for this. He's got a queen, and he's gonna turn his drones to fight, and he's gonna just expertly take care of these Zerglings. Just really well done. Just a really good example of how to take care of a early Zerg rush with just your workers and a queen, maybe, whatever else you have. Just a really good job in mopping those early little Zerglings up with minimal damage from Quill. I, of course, am doing the Salinator build. I think I said in a couple matches ago I'm trying to refine this build, trying to get a spawning pool along with metabolic boost down before I expand, just so I don't get rushed early on and I can still do some damage to my enemies before getting those mutalisks out there, trying to slow them down a little bit. But Raze is not done yet. He is not done yet. He is massing another force of Zerglings. I'm assuming that first force was a sort of screening force to test the waters. I guess he liked what he saw, and he's gonna bring in this force and just tear down that spine crawler that Quill was trying to put up. Quill's got a couple roaches out, but roaches are not super effective against Zerglings. They're gonna fight their best, but they're gonna get overwhelmed by these guys. I got my speedlings coming in to help them out. And our Zergling hordes go toe to toe, but I've got more of them than he does, and I'm able to wipe up that force. Unfortunately, Quill did lose his queen, but at the same time, Poke is being charged with a Marine Marauder force at his base. He pulled off his forces to try and defend Quill, and Zargon's got a couple Marines outside the gap waiting there. I'm trying to muster a new horde of speedlings, and our two forces are going to mop up these Marines fairly easily. I'm going to take in my speedlings, try and run through and take out this force from Tiny, and he just completely ignores my Zerglings and goes for the Nexus, and he ends up destroying it. But at the same process, because he ignored all my men, his entire army is going to be wiped out as well. So I decide we've destroyed all their forces. I still got a nice horde of speedlings here. And I'm going to see if I can do some attacks. You can see Tiny was trying to expand. I delayed him just a little bit, but I'm not going to be able to get through there or there. Looks like Zargon saw me coming a mile away. But I will be able to charge up this ramp to the Zerg player's base, but he's already got a horde of Zerglings rebuilt and ready for action, and I don't have enough Zerglings to take him out. So I gotta pull back. And start reforming our forces, and getting ready for battle. You can see I'm just warping in, hatching a bunch of Zerglings. gonna try and do a counteroffensive, because I see this is the only place I'm gonna get in right now, at least with Zerglings. So I'm gonna need more of them. I'm gonna need lots more of them. So I had reformed a nice horde here, ready to go. Also getting that expansion building, getting that expansion, harvesting resources, trying to make use of it and utilize it. And I like what Quill does here. This is pretty cool. It's the only example I've seen of a Zerg player blocking off their base, which is possible, as you can see right here, because those spine crawlers can uproot and move around. You can place them as you wish. So he's built a nice wall of spine crawlers here, and he's using that overlord to generate creep to make them sustainable. And unfortunately, you can't generate creep with your overlord until you've teched to layer. So you can't wall off really early on in the base, but mid-game you can. And anyway, I've taken my new reformed horde of Zerglings, and we're going to go toe-to-toe with Raised Zerglings. And this is the most gruesome Zergling on Zergling civil war I've ever seen while playing this game. And it just leaves a bloody mess of dead Zerglings. But mine were able to outnumber him and overwhelm him. And they're going to get in the base and just tear shit up. And he says, I'm dead. Also gonna make sure I take down that spawning pool, because that is a very key structure in any Zerg hive. If you take down the spawning pool, that delays everything, because he can't build queens. If he hasn't teched a layer, he can't take the layer, and you can't build, of course, Zerglings. Very critical structure that you want to take down at any time if you're attacking a Zerg hive. This base being utterly destroyed. My base was destroyed as well. I was busy looking at what was going on in Ray's base, but my expansion had been overwhelmed by this Marauders and Marine Force. Poke is going to give me some support here. He's going to be able to mop these guys up. I got some Mutalisks as well, who are going to be able to make short work of what's left of these Marines here. And unfortunately, I lost the secondary base, but again, most of their attack force had been destroyed. He did have a couple Marauders left. And at this point, Ray's GG's. And both me and Quill have a nice force of Mutalisks ready to go. Quill's going to come in behind and take out his probe line, or not his probe line, his SCV line. Start killing shit. And I also like, this move's pretty epic, or I enjoyed it. Because he's going to try and do a Hellion Harass on me, but Poke just in time puts up a force field so these guys can't get in and destroy my probes, or my drones, which is great because I didn't have anything defending them. And then Zargon GG's at this point. He's got a couple Marines trying to fend off those Mutalisks. I've been trying to harass with my Mutalisks, but I see that Tiny's got Thors, which just obliterate Mutalisks. They are not a good fight there if you're going to take Thors to Mutalisks. It's something you definitely do not want to do. And I used to think Thors are really tough to counter. I used to think that these were like really mean, nasty units. Then I figured out the Zerg actually got two great counters, and the Protoss have one amazing counter against Thors. The two Zerg counters are, of course, Infestors, which can mind control the Thors, and I found out that Ultralisks will destroy Thors. There's a custom map called Unit Test Map, where essentially you just build units and test them out against each other and face them off to see which units will be what units. I remember I faced off 6 Ultralisks and 6 Thors, and I believe the Ultralisk decimated the Thors with 3 left. For a while I was working on a Hydralisk Ultralisk build combo. It didn't work out so well. Of course, this overwhelming massive force is going to easily mop up my little Zerglings. Bringing in Thors to kill Zerglings is like hitting a mosquito with a hammer. Maybe, you know, a mosquito with a sledgehammer. Oh yeah, and of course, the Protoss' beautiful counter to Immortals, or to Thors, is Immortals. These guys will just tear up Thors. So at this point we got 2 bases destroyed, but if we look at our army tab, Tiny's just got a massive force with these Thors here. He is ready to kick some ass. Because we basically left him alone the whole game because he's defended with missile turrets, and he's also got his expansion defended with missile turrets. So he was left relatively unscathed, so that means he could build up a huge force. It's like 5 Thors, siege tanks, marines, and marauders, of course. Not sure what he's doing. Looks like his forces are just kind of dancing around. But it gave me time to spawn a bunch of infestors, as well as start researching neural parasite for these guys. Infestors are a great unit. I'm trying to find a better way to use them. They just require, you know, a lot of care and micromanagement, and in the heat of battle, that's not an easy thing to do. And I've been trying to use them more and more. I remember I played a match with my girlfriend. We usually just play against the AI because, you know, she's not ready to go up against real humans, I think, yet. And we played a match where I just spammed infestors the whole time, and then used those infestors to spam infested Terrans, and just like destroyed everything. So he's just taking his time with these Thors. He's deciding, you know, do I want to attack or do I not want to attack? I don't know. Just can't figure out what the hell he wants to do. And by this time Zargon had started to rebuild his base and start moving his old buildings out to his new place. And Quill's just got a nice Mutila's Cord, but that's not going to be very effective against those Thors. As you can see, I also got an Ultralisk Cavern down. I'm going to try and get some Ultralisk out there. Right now I don't have a huge force. Got my infestors coming in. Here comes Poke with his force. Stalkers and Immortals. I got these infestors out. They start mind-controlling Thors. I take 2 of them. Of course, completely cutting his force in half while these Immortals go to town and destroying what's left. Getting more, and another one is mind-controlled. They start turning on his own units and blowing them up, and yet another one is mind-controlled. And now his forces are just getting destroyed by his own forces, which is great. This is a damn nice one. Good game. So that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this match. This has been JosefVStalin signing off for now, and as always, if you've got a nice replay to send to me, the best way to do that is to upload it to an upload site like Mega Upload or Rapid Share or whatever else, and send me that link through a YouTube message. And I do watch every single replay I get, and the best ones I will do commentary over. So, that all being said, I'm going to sign off, and you guys take care.